Welcome to a weekend in one of the most fun places, actually, and surprising, that I've ever visited. We spent a long weekend in Cincinnati, and this is truly an adventure unseen. First of all, how to get around the city. We did not rent a car, and we were able to do all of this with public transit, including a trolley and the bus, as well as Ubers, of course, and my personal favorite, Lime scooters. Definitely take the bus to and from the airport if you can swing it, because I think it's like less than $5. You'll save a ton of money. And the scooters are great, but there is a curfew on those, so just make sure you're not stuck out too late without a ride. We stayed in an Airbnb in the Over the Rhine neighborhood, which was just outside of downtown. I have to say that this neighborhood has kind of a bad reputation, which we learned after we got there, but honestly, it was awesome. We spent one evening just hanging out on the fire escape, and it was so nice. I truly felt like, I don't know, a big city girl. Also, any of the really good food we found was in that neighborhood, if you ask me. Speaking of food, I'm pretty picky when it comes to good food, and I wasn't overly impressed with the food in Cincy, but I'll link the restaurants and everything else we did in the description box so you can check it out if you're in Cincinnati. In Over the Rhine, we got macarons in a cute little place and ate a delicious and healthy meal at Aladdin's Eatery. We also had some pizza, we always eat pizza, and drinks at Goodfellas Pizzeria. We also found an adorable little 50s diner in that neighborhood that is a must visit. This restaurant was actually across the river in Covington, Kentucky, but it was really cool because it was a revolving restaurant. We had appetizers here, which were okay, but the real star, in my opinion, are the drinks. Well, the view also. Of course. The restaurant makes a full rotation in 65 minutes, and you can see the whole Cincy skyline. There are also little plaques that you can read and learn about the buildings you're seeing as you rotate. I loved it so much. You have to go. It was awesome. Okay, so also, if you didn't know already, one food that Cincinnati is famous for is Skyline Chili. It's like chili over spaghetti. And honestly, it was one of the least appetizing things I've ever ordered. And I'm sorry, Cincinnatians, but it was not good. Maybe you'll think differently. Maybe it's one of those places you eat at to say that you've eaten at it. They have a Hard Rock casino, and we had a great time and left with some money too. They have a $5 blackjack table, which is pretty much the only game we play, and it's kind of rare to find these days, so that was really fun. Pin's Mechanical Company was in Over the Rhine, and for some reason I didn't get any footage, but they have 3 or 4 floors of games and pin bowling. Super fun, and look at this drink! The Underground Railroad Museum was really amazing and well done, but, is also sad and difficult. It's important American history, and probably the one must-do thing that we did while we were in the city. It's really, really well done. We also went to a Reds game. If you go early. They have this cool little restaurant strip outside of the ballpark. And on that strip is actually a rooftop restaurant and bar, which is where we went, and it was super awesome. Like I said, I'm linking everything in the description box. So this particular ballpark has this all-you-can-eat deal for $25, which I tried, and I'll say this. If those are the kinds of foods you were going to buy anyway, it's a good deal. But the stands to get the food were kind of far away, at least from where we were sitting. You can't get them in all the places, and I don't really think I got my money's worth. Oh, and you're not supposed to share, but literally everyone was sharing, just so you know. We are trying to visit as many national park sites as we can, and this was the Taft National Historical Site. It's a small museum, and then you can visit his childhood home. I thought it was pretty cool. Also, our tour guide was so good. You'll see them in a second. They were one of the best tour guides I've ever had. And then the zoo, of course, is a place you should visit, especially if you have kids. The food there was very delicious and reasonably priced. This particular building that I'm showing right now is the oldest zoo building in the United States. And if you know, the most famous resident of the Cincinnati Zoo is Fiona the hippo. You can Google her if you don't know, but she's all grown up now and she has a little baby brother. I have never seen more playful and active hippos. I could have spent the entire day just hanging out with Fiona and her family. And to close out, you may have noticed murals throughout the vlog, and I gotta say, I would not call Cincy Queen City, but I would call it Mural City. Just the coolest murals everywhere you turn all over town. I'll finish us off with some of my favorites. Thanks for watching and thanks for joining me on this hidden journey. Until next time, keep seeking the unseen.